folks, this is Sim and welcome back to Blood and Bloody Idiot. Well, we made it through the Nether and I've made a trip back since and managed to pick up a little bit more materials. Now unfortunately there hasn't been a massive amount of great stuff. What I need to take up a little bit further is cobalt, and when we're mining in caves or branch mining, your chances of finding cobalt are fairly slim. But anyway, we'll get there. The real bottleneck that I've got at the moment though is not in fact the ores in the Nether, and there are some pretty good ores in the Nether, and some of these will come in really handy. Now the biggest bottleneck that I've got at the moment is actually steel. So many things require steel, and most importantly I need steel to be able to start off with some basic power and pulverizing. If we have a quick look at the pulverizer recipe, for example, whoops, caps is on again. The pulverizer requires a machine frame, and the machine frame requires steel ingots. It also requires a motor which is made up of more steel ingots and copper coils, and copper coils are made with copper and a draw plate, and a draw plate is made with a diamond saw and a block of diamonds. So we need 10 and of course more steel. So we're going to need 10 diamonds just to get started on that sort of thing. Now we do get 4 draw plates out of that, and they last for a while, but yeah, it's going to be painful. So needing steel means that we have to build a high oven, because the only other way of getting steel requires an induction furnace, if my memory serves me correctly, and an induction furnace requires an igneous smelter as well, again as another machine frame and all of the stuff that goes with it. And I don't have access to igneous ore yet. I'm not sure whether I've actually... Or did I get that? Now that's an interesting thought. I have got igneous, and let's just have a quick look at that. What's the bet that that requires? Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. I can upgrade my smelter. Who cares? We're making a high oven anyway. I'm going to have to do a little bit more research next time. So how do you make a high oven? Well, I have a truckload of seared bricks that I made to make this initial smeltery, and I've just tossed a little bit in here. To make a smeltery you need scorched bricks, whereas these are seared bricks, and you get scorched bricks by putting, whoops, not that one there, get back out there, clay bricks in there and pouring seared bricks over them. And you do that, and if you do that for about 6 days you will eventually get a large number of, come on, last one, these scorched bricks, which you can then use to make up various bits and pieces for the high oven. Now the other thing that I've discovered, which it's probably worth sharing while I think about it, is the best way so far for getting access to large supplies of water without power and good automation, and that's the simple use of snow and a smeltery. If you place snow blocks, which I've got access to from the snow biome over there without too much effort. You get water, so 16 snow blocks will give you 8 buckets of water, and oh, that was not what I wanted to do. I should have checked that. I'll fix that up later. Alright, let's head downstairs before I make any more delightful derps. So we'll come down here, and I've already laid out where it's going, and I have prepared. So let's grab these now. Make sure we don't have anything around that's going to cause us any grief. We shouldn't do. And by the way, I do think I finally figured out what the story is with the broken torches. I'm pretty sure it's kobolds, because I'm betting that they can spawn in a one high gap, or they're getting through the smaller gaps that other mobs can't. Because you look at this area down here, and you can see that all of the torches that I've placed down here, because every single spot is lit up to the maximum, none of these torches have been broken. And I'm guessing that in some of the other areas, kobolds are getting through, and they steal things, and I'm pretty sure they steal torches, and all it needs is for them to steal one, and then all of a sudden you've got a situation where you've got zombies and creepers spawning and things spiral out of control. So, the high oven. What we need to start this thing off is we need a high oven controller. We're going to whack that right at the front here. We are going to need some drains, and I'm going to put a scorched drain down here at this level, and I'm also going to put a scorched drain over here one level higher, and we'll be putting a casting basin under this one. Now the reason I put this one down at this level is Tinker's Steelworks, which is what we use to make the high oven, also has a tank which can be used for liquid metals, and what we'll be able to do, better get that torch out of there as well, hey. What we are going to be able to do is build that underneath here, and I'm actually going to have another duct or scorched drain below here, and hopefully that will act as an input, so I'll literally be able to pour straight out of here and into the tank below. That's my plan anyway. We'll see whether it all works out or not. Okay, but for the time being, this is how you build this thing. You've got to have the high oven controller, and you've got to have some drains to get stuff in and out. It needs to be sealed top and bottom and hollow in the center. The height actually can go up quite a fair way, and the higher it is, the more efficient it is. But for now we just need to do the job, and I don't want to spend 6 months making up these scorched bricks. So let's just get this all in place and see how we go. And I do believe, now we want to get some extra light in here now, that I'm probably going to want to pop that scorched duct in there as well, probably at this height. We'll see how we go, for piping stuff in and out. The other thing that we are going to need is we're going to need, where, yep, this one will do. No, maybe not, it's full. What's not full? That one there. We're going to need a faucet, and we're going to need a new casting basin. So pop over here. Not this side, over this side. Pop this fella down. Pop that one in there, and hopefully we'll be set. Now let's see how we go. So you can see here we have slots, and the high oven doesn't work using lava, it actually works using charcoal, and it's a little bit complicated, not too hard, but I better grab the rest of the bits and pieces that I need. We're going to need some sand. A couple of stacks hopefully should be enough. Whoops, and I probably need to go back and get the iron. So let's grab, not that one there. Let's grab some iron. We'll grab a fair amount of it actually. And is there anything else that I need? Not that oh, the charcoal, of course. I'm going to have to do some serious farming on the jungle trees to get some more charcoal, but hopefully what we've got here will be enough to get us started. Not quite that far. And I do actually want to make up some charcoal blocks because they're a little bit more efficient. Right, so fuel goes in. Yep. And we need to put, now I'm not sure whether this will actually work with blocks or not, but I do want to find out, because if it does, that's going to be very, very, very helpful. Looks like it might actually. Stack size is definitely limited to 11. Now, the other thing that I really need to find out is you need certain additional ingredients when you're making steel, and it basically classes them as oxidizers, reducers, and purifiers. And different things will give you different results, and some are required. So for example, you use gunpowder to make steel, and you can also make nether quartz with it. Sugar, on the other hand, is used for pig iron. So what I want to find out is that sulfur is also a reducer, or an oxidizer I should say, but I'm not sure whether this sulfur that I've got from the thermal expansion mod will do the trick or not, or whether I'm going to be forced to use gunpowder. But for the time being, let's see how this goes. If we put the sulfur in there and the redstone in here and the sand in here, is this beast going to heat up, or am I missing something that I'm not aware of? Let's try swapping that out. I'm missing something. But what have I done wrong here? If we swap that out with normal charcoal, not blocks. Okay. Alright. Just bear with me. I'm going to have a look and see what I've done wrong here. It's been a while since I've made one of these. The last time I did it was Agrarian Skies, and that was a while ago. So we're going to go and have a quick look, see if we can figure out what exactly it is that I should be doing here that I have forgotten. It'll probably be some... Oh, I know exactly what it is. Hang on a second. This thing requires power, which means I need a lever. And I'll have cobblestone in here, but I don't think I've got any wood down here. Anything in the backpack? No. Alright, better grab some wood. It's a short trip, so I won't cut out. Please forgive me. Here we go. couple of levers, or lever if you prefer that pronunciation. Alright, let's try again with the nether sulfur, which I've got plenty of, because gunpowder might require some work. So we've got nether sulfur, we've got all of that. We'll go back to the blocks again, and we will whack this fellow on here and hit the lever and see whether it may... Oh, look at that. We have light, we have heat, we have blocks of iron heating up, and it does appear to be working with the sulfur. Now the thing about this thing is it has to get up to a pretty nuts temperature, so it's going to take a little while to heat up. So while it's doing that, what we're going to do is we're going to head back over this way. We'll play it safe and we'll put this good stuff away just in case, because what I've decided I'm going to do is I'm going to work on a mob grinder. So let's head over there now, and I'll show you what I have in mind. Where is it? It's down here somewhere. You watch. I'll get... Oh, here we go. Down here. Alright. So, down here we have a spawner, and it's one of those spawners that spawns multiple different things. Now what I'm thinking I am going to do is build a basic mob trap around this one. See how it's triggered now? Let's just move back up a little bit so we're out of range. And see, he just spawned and it switched over now to spiders. What I'm going to do is I'm going to... The problem is that sometimes it's normal spiders and other times it's poison spiders, which is not so cool. So the thing is that what I want to do is I'm going to use water to push into a very basic drop trap. I think we're probably going to be at around about level 40 there, which means I should be able to drop them close to 35, maybe 40 blocks. It will depend upon what's below us. But the thing is that this particular spawner spawns creepers and spiders, which means it's going to give me a source of string and gunpowder. So that's something that's fairly important, because I'm not getting a lot of string. I had a whinge about that the other day, and unfortunately we've had a drowning creeper explosion go off down there, which means that every single one of those cobblestone blocks is going to be silverfish. G'day, dark creeper. Thank you. Alright, let's go check on our steel. The biggest reason that I want the steel is not just for the pulverizer, but I really want access to an anvil so that I can repair armor. And the other thing is that when we look at basic power generation, I've gone the wrong way. We have a look at basic power generation. The simplest one that we can get is a survivalist generator, which requires a steel furnace. Leadstone energy cells, they're not going to be too much of a problem, but the steel furnace is definitely going to be an issue. And from there going up, we can't make a furnace generator. High temperature furnace generator needs sanguinite, and enolashite, I think that's probably how it's pronounced, enolashite, and vulcanite, which we don't have access to. Lava generator, ender generator, again steel, all sorts of horrible stuff. The culinary could be interesting because I can probably come up with some good food sources for that now, and that only requires steel and brass, and its output's dependent upon the quality of food that goes into it. So I definitely want a survivalist generator to start, but I'm probably going to look at making a culinary generator afterwards. Let's head back down here anyway and have a look and see how that steel production is coming along. The one other thing that I really want badly, as I said before, was that anvil. And if we can get that to start, that would be absolutely awesome. So let's see how we're going here. And look at that. We have molten iron. Now, none of this has been triggered yet. Now, I'm not sure what temperature we need to get this thing to, or whether it's not working because I've got sulfur in there and not gunpowder, or more specifically not the right type of sulfur, because there's more than one different type of sulfur available. And as is often the case, SUL, pH or F, we've got thermal expansion sulfur, and we've got natura sulfur, and we've also got metallurgy sulfur, and the sulfur that I've got access to at the moment seems to be thermal expansion sulfur. I'm not sure yet how, well, that one there I'm pretty sure is the stuff that comes from the sulfur clouds, and I have no idea how to get the metallurgy one yet, because there's no actual recipe that shows you how to get it. And it's possible that I'm getting it because I'm using the grindstone, and I'm getting that output instead of that output if I was using a pulverizer, or just breaking it up naturally. As we can see, this thing's now at 3000 degrees and nothing has happened, so let's just take half of this, because this is all the gunpowder that I've got. And let's see what happens if we switch this for that. Now I have got these the right way around, I hope. Because that's not getting any hotter. And I've definitely got a lot of iron in there at the moment. Let's go get the book, shall we? Not quite sure why this isn't working. Not there. Here. Still working in you. Now, still working in you get by putting a book in here and pouring some seared stone on it. So let's bounce down here and see what we're doing wrong, or if we're doing something wrong. Okay, we've got the iron. I'm not sure what else. Alright, so mixing, usage. Alright, so we have all of this. We have our high oven, has to have an active redstone signal. We've done all of that. Alright, to begin, flip, increases, and okay, oxidizes, reduces. Yeah, It's all wonderful. Okay, so here it says known oxidizers. The wiki mentions a few others, but gunpowder, redstone, and the purifiers, which we've got as well. And some of these don't work to make steel. So we see that's the order we've got there. Gunpowder plus redstone plus sand is supposed to equal steel. Okay, so, and we had gunpowder plus redstone plus sand. Alright, I'm not sure exactly what's going on here. Let's leave that there. While we've got the temperature up, let's just grab some ingots and see whether it was the ingots that were the blocks that were the problem. So let's go to here. Let's put 3 of those in there and see what happens. Now they should heat up pretty quickly now because the temperature is cranked up at 3000 degrees. Let's see if this makes any difference. Now that just gave us more iron. Alright, let's put this in here and try again. Come on, you can do this. Give us the steel that we want. That's what it is. Okay, so the gunpowder is our only real option, and that means I am going to have to make that grinder. But for now, what I should be able to do, and it sadly also means that that iron that's in there is going to have to be converted back in and heated and melted down again, but that's okay. We've now got come on, give us the last little bit. Almost done. And if we pop that down here, we should be able to... I hate it when I can hear zombies. They're probably above my head. Here we go. And we have our first block of steel, which we will be able to use to make an anvil once we get the rest. And there's going to be plenty of other things that we can do now too. In the meantime, I'm going to have to work my way through smelting down a bunch of this stuff, and while I've got the heat going here, I will probably do it. Spread that out a bit. And in the meantime, we better get some of this converted back into iron and put it back in the other way. I'm only going to be able to make a certain amount anyway because of the limited amount of gunpowder that I have, which is going to be painful. So I think what I will do is I will go and do some work on that grinder, and when I come back we'll see whether it's worked out or not. Okay folks, I will see you soon. Actually, scratch that. I'll see you in the next episode. This has taken a little bit longer than I thought. So we will actually be building the grinder together in the next episode. I will see you then. I hope that everybody liked this one. I look forward to seeing you the next time. Until then, look after each other everybody, and ciao for now.